Dear master, I can go no further. Oh, I die for food. Here, lie I down and measure out my grave. Farewell, kind master.
Why, how now, Adam? No greater heart in thee? Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. If this uncouth forest yield up anything savage, I will either be food for it, or bring it for food to thee. Thy conceit is nearer death than thy powers. For my sake, be comfortable. Hold death awhile at arm's end. I will be with thee presently, and if I bring thee not something to eat, then I will give thee leave to die. But if thou diest before I return, thou art a mocker of my labours. Well said. Thou lookest cheerly, and I will be with thee quickly. Yet thou liest in the bleak air. Come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die for lack of a dinner, if there live anything in this forest. Cheerly, good Adam.
How now, madame? What a life is this, that your poor friends must woo your company? What, you look merrily.
A fool, a fool. I met a fool in the forest. A motley fool, a miserable world. As I do live by food, I met a fool who laid him down and basked him in the sun and railed on Lady Fortune in good terms, in good set terms, and yet a motley fool. Good morrow, fool, quoth I. No, sir, quoth he, call me not fool till heaven hath sent me fortune. And then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking on it with lack-lustre eyes, says very wisely, it is 10 o'clock. Thus we may see, quoth he, how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago since it was 9, and after 1 hour more 'twill be 11. And so from hour to hour we ripe and ripe, and then from hour to hour we rot and rot, and thereby hangs a tale. Oh, worthy fool, a noble fool, motley's the only wear.
What fool is this?
Worthy fool, oh that I were a fool. I am ambitious for a motley coat.
Oh, thou shalt have one.
Forbear, and eat no more.
Why, I haven't eaten none yet.
Nor shalt not till necessity be served.
What kind should this cock come of?
Forbear, I say. He dies that touches any of this fruit, till I and my affairs are answered.
And you will not be answered with reason? Well, I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force more than your force move us to gentleness.
I almost die for food, and let me have it.
Well, sit down and feed, and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently? Pardon me. I thought all things savage here, and thus put I on the countenance of stern commandment. But whate'er you are, if ever you have looked on better days, if ever been where bells have knolled to church, if ever sat at a good man's feast, if ever from your eyelids wiped a tear, and know what 'tis to pity and be pitied, let gentleness my strong enforcement be, in which hopes I blush and hide my sword.
True is it we have seen better days, and have with holy bell been knolled to church, the good men's feasts, and wiped our eyes of drops that sacred pity hath engendered. And therefore sit you down and feed.
Then but forbear your food a little while longer. There is a good old man, who after me has many a weary step limped in pure love, till he first be sufficed, oppressed as he is with 2 weak evils, age and hunger. I'll not touch a bit.
Oh, go find him out, and we will nothing waste till you return.
I thank you, and be blessed for your good comfort.
Thou seest we are not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal theatre presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein we play in.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
Set down your venerable birth and let him feed.
I thank you most for him.
So what do you need? I scarce can speak to thank you for myself.
Welcome. Fall to. I will not trouble you as yet to question you about your fortunes. Give us some music, and good cousin, sing. If that you were the good Sir Roland's son, as you have whispered faithfully you were, be truly welcome hither. Good old man, thou art right welcome as thy master is. I am the Duke that loved thy father.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man, in his time, plays many parts. 'Tis acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then the soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honour, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good capon, lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, but a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big, manly voice, turning again towards childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, which ends this strange, eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.